Welcome back. It's time now for our personal finance corner. Hemant Rustagi of Wiseinvest Advisors joins in now. Hi Hemant, afternoon. Our first query is from Deepa Shankar. She calls us from Bangalore. Hi Deepa, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how can we help you?
See, I am looking towards investing around 4,000 a month into a mutual fund via SIP. So this is the first time for me, so I would like some advice on that, which is a good one to invest in.
Okay. Are you willing to, stay invested in the mutual fund for a longer period of time, Deepa?
Probably, yes.
Okay. So Hemant, first-time investor. She could stay invested for the longer term, so what would your recommendation be?
Well, I think the important thing is that she wants to invest on a monthly basis, which means that she can actually, opt for a systematic investment plan. And, systematic plan brings in some kind of discipline in your investment process. Many a times what we've seen is investors keep, waiting for the right time to make investment. What happens when you enroll for a SIP, you kind of commit to invest a fixed amount on a fixed date in a predetermined fund. So I think in terms of strategy, investing through SIP would be the best way. Time horizon, of course, is very, very important because that helps in deciding the asset allocation. Since she intends to invest for a longer period, my recommendation would be that she should opt for, a well-diversified equity fund or equity-oriented balanced fund. Yes, equity, as an asset class is risky, even though she's a beginner. My view is that when you invest for a longer period systematically, you kind of benefit from averaging and also you benefit from compounding and the actual, potential of equity as an asset class. So a couple of funds that I would recommend in equity, she can consider investing in HDFC Equity Fund, which is a multi-cap fund, and also ICICI Approved Dynamic Fund, which is a kind of asset allocation fund. So a combination of these two, she can invest 2,000 each for her time horizon.
All right. Hi, Hemant. Good afternoon. Next up, we have an SMS that has come in from Swati. She has sent us her portfolio and she wants to know whether her allocation is appropriate. So I'm just going to read it out for you. She's invested 32% of her investment in bank FDs and FMPs. Another 24% is in equity. 31% is in retirement funds. And she has about 13%, which is in cash at the moment. So she wants to know whether she should deploy this balance 13% or would you just suggest that she keep it in a contingency fund?
Well, I think creating an emergency fund is always important and which ideally should be, equivalent to 6 months expenses. So first focus has to be on creating an emergency reserve because if there is any financial exigency, it can really help and you don't have to really disturb your investment process. The rest of the money, if the time horizon is, as she had mentioned, around 5 to 6 years, my recommendation is that she can look at equity-oriented balanced fund. Even though she has mentioned that she would like to invest 50% in equity and 50% in debt, but these funds typically invest around 65 to 70% in equity and the rest in debt. But I think considering that around 65% of our total portfolio is in debt, I don't think another additional 15% exposure for this money is going to create much more risk for her. And in fact, she's going to benefit much more because one, these equity-oriented balanced funds have potential to give higher return, and also the return become very tax efficient because after 1 year the long-term capital gain, you don't have to pay any tax. In fact, one more recommendation I would like to make, the entire portfolio for retirement planning is in debt. So my recommendation would be to add some equity, otherwise they are going to struggle to beat the inflation over the next 15-20 years.
Okay, Hemant, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in. With that, it's a wrap on Halftime Report. Thanks so much for watching.